Hello, I'm Dr. Sian Williams. Welcome to a special showcase version of Brighter Futures, an ITN Business programme produced in partnership with the Chartered Institute of Housing.
With increasing numbers unable to afford decent, safe homes, we've been finding out what is being done to offer them a brighter future.
Can I come in?
We've been talking to those whose lives have been transformed by having a safe, secure home.
When they gave me my house key, I jumped. I said, "Thank you, Jesus."
The social housing sector has faced many challenges over recent years, with some social housing provision falling short, sometimes tragically. The death of 2-year-old Awaba Shak was due to a severe respiratory condition caused by exposure to untreated mould whilst living in a social housing property. The coroner said that this should be a defining moment for the housing sector. The Better Social Housing Review challenged housing associations to go back and look at their core purpose. The Chartered Institute of Housing, together with the National Housing Federation, is supporting landlords to comply with 7 recommendations.
There's a recommendation review that says that landlords should consider an audit of all of the homes that they own to make sure that they understand the condition that they are in. And we're working now with a group of landlord organisations to look at the detail of actually what does it take to make that happen.
One of the biggest challenges facing the sector is inequalities in rising house prices. Cambridge City Council, in partnership with the house builder Hill, have joined forces to provide new council homes.
We've combined the strengths of a private housing developer with all of our skills, with all of the skills of the Cambridge City Council, who need to look after people and provide homes for people. And we've managed to actually, instead of it being an overlapping situation, it's something that's twice as big because we fit together in a strong way.
It's all part of the council's much broader objective to create one Cambridge, fair for all. Gloucester City Homes is an award-winning housing association and social business. This new development in the area is being delivered in partnership with local contractor Aqua Constructions.
We work very, very well with the community. We work with a range of local providers that provide services to our customers, and we do a lot of signposting as well. So, we are very, very much entwined within the city. We are Gloucester.
We also have a really strong network of often grassroots community organisations, user-led organisations that are established to focus on the things that really, really matter.
In recent years, what's really mattered is the rising cost of living and growing mental health issues. Donna was struggling.
I wasn't looking after the place, there was no respect for myself, for my house. I didn't actually want to live. Sorry, this is going to get awfully emotional.
At this trauma training workshop in Falkirk, staff from the housing group, Link Group, are being trained to spot the signs of those tenants in need.
Some tenants wouldn't let a housing officer through the door in the first instance, but they may let a repairs person in because they need to have something mended. So it's really important that we train all of our staff to have those basic trauma-informed, compassionate lens through which to view interactions.
It's helped me just learn to trust again, to have somebody that you can talk to, that they're not there to judge you. That's the biggest thing.
Trust is at the heart of helping people. Housing is an essential part of the support needed for survivors of domestic abuse. National Refuge Provider, Survivors Against Domestic Abuse, provides somewhere safe and secure to move to. This young woman has been through an unimaginable trauma. She needed help.
I think they saved me, to be fair. Just every way, support, housing.
She's going to need a lot of support, guys.
Services are designed by survivors for survivors.
Originally, I didn't have the option to actually go to somewhere where I could be safe and still continue to have my support network and my family around me. So the importance of housing and having options available for people are essential.
They opened their first refuge in Stevenage in 2022, but they also have 31 secure houses, all fully furnished with everything needed for families. Housing developments have the power to change lives, but they need to be designed well. At this development in West Sussex, developers Thacum have incorporated affordable homes with fast bus routes, a primary school, cafe, shop, community hub and hospice around open spaces, play areas, nature trails and cycle routes.
Right from the start, we set out here to enhance or create community, to do things that really gave people what they needed. So we did a lot of work with the existing community, understanding what it was that they wanted and needed.
As part of the development, Thacum has donated to St Catherine's Hospice and is building a modern and equipped hospice.
Being placed in a community like this in a way that enables us to be part of the community as opposed to slightly hidden away and doing our own thing is very, very crucial to our societal engagement.
Now more than ever, there is a real need for a feeling of stability in one's home. Newcastle City Council has built around 300 new homes, but they don't just want to build somewhere for people to live. They want somewhere where people will thrive. This is their newest council housing project.
I love everything about it. I love just the kitchen, the space, how we can put a table and chairs, things like that.
The council provides advice and support to avoid evictions when times get tough.
We give people the time to put things right. Nothing to be gained by taking people to court, and the time that we can be spent on doing that, we can spend better on supporting people and then working with them to work off those arrears so that we're not having to evict them into homelessness.
Providing support gets real results. And results are important when it comes to the decarbonisation of the sector. Reading Borough Council has committed to achieving net zero in their operations by 2030. That includes house building.
It's coming up from the floor, so we've got underfloor heating here.
400 new council homes are being built over 4 years. Due to limited space, the council is having to find creative ways to build on brownfield land. A disused community centre was previously on this site. 18 affordable homes are now here alongside a new community centre.
So all our homes are being built to net zero standards, and we've stopped putting in the boilers in properties and we've switched over to heat pumps and the like.
It's acknowledged the housing sector needs more diversity so it looks more like the people it serves. Lara Oidelli is president of the Chartered Institute of Housing. Lara is trying to change the housing sector itself with a campaign called In My Shoes.
Even though the sector is a very diverse sector, but it's very diverse at the front line, at the junior levels. And as you become a director or a board member, there tends to be very few of us.
Alicia Burrell is a member of the CIH Futures team of young professionals.
There are a lack of young people moving into the sector, so diversity is really important for young people to see other young professionals who already work in the sector, to see that they can go into those careers.
To build a community, housing associations need to understand people's needs. ABRI provide employment, training, education and community development activities. It believes its customers should have the biggest say.
We have our resident scrutiny panel, which is an intrinsic part of our organisation and our governance structures, in which our customers are supported to undertake investigatory quality checks of the work that we undertake on their behalf, and then provide directly feedback to the board within the organisation in terms of what we're getting right and where customers feel we can improve.
Mansbridge is an ABRI neighbourhood, identified by them as needing extra support. They encourage groups run by the community for the community, which help to manage issues such as loneliness and mental health. It's all part of a 5-year community investment plan worth £15 million. Financing social housing projects that provide support for people with additional needs is key to promoting inclusion and reduction in social assistance. Together is a UK-wide specialist finance group, currently working with housing developer Weaver Finch on this development of 13 high-tech apartments in Preston to allow tenants with special needs to live relatively independently.
Weaver Finch came to us and they were looking for somebody to do something a little bit different. It's a facility for autism, special needs, high dependency care.
External funding is now a crucial part in developing supported living schemes like the one in Preston.
The reality is we do need finance to be able to develop these schemes. There's a lack of public subsidy in supported housing in particular. It's very difficult to make that work. So we are very reliant on private capital, and without that, then we couldn't provide the outcomes that we do for our tenants.
Thanks for joining us for this special showcase version of Brighter Futures, a programme produced by ITN Business in partnership with the Chartered Institute of Housing. The full programme is now available to view on the CIH website and the ITN Business Hub. From me, Dr. Sian Williams, and the team, goodbye.